First things first with the QQQ today opened up in range, or technically outside of range, and now we're simply closing exactly where we opened, right? Which again, in range. But this went up and it tapped. When you go over there and look at that 4 hour, it tapped on that 534.40. So our upside targets are starting to become a little bit more limited, with the next target above us at 570 or 537.55. I talked about that this morning. If we can gap up, this is also a major rejection area, right? It's one area that you could speculate, or this is basically where we have to start thinking about whether or not this is going to be a rejection zone, or we're looking at a punchback and a move into new highs, which I suspect. And I was looking at this earlier. I think I drew this, but the floor is not wrong, but I think the box is, fuck you, here on those candle closes right there. But that doesn't change any of our price targets. It just makes it so that we have to break over 539.21. So we're still good bits away from that mark. But again, this is where we have to deliberate on whether this is all-time highs. 24-hour candle isn't incredibly convincing. It is closing above where it needs to. It held up against sellers today, so if it was able to pop up just a little bit further, I wouldn't be surprised. But I do know for sure that below today's low, I am short. There's a series of catalysts underneath us that I want to take advantage of when the time comes, of course. Let's hurry up because I know you guys have some requests. SPY 24-hour, it hit my 603 target today. Sat right up underneath it. If you look to your left and where we're closing right up against that floor. So you still have a decent remainder of empty space above you. Again, we're sitting right here. So being just simply up above 603 flat, I think would be enough to give us a move up to 605.75 and 607. So there is some upside left on SPY. Again, 24-hour time frame. This too is a major rejection zone, but not nearly as impactful, I think, as the Qs. Because 605 to 606 is pretty big. But again, I'm not taking trades because I'm fearful that I'm going to miss something overnight. I'm looking for clear setups, and most of those are on individual equities outside of the ETFs. So, all right, last one is IWM, which really didn't do much of anything today. Closed directly, or rather tapped that candle that I talked about at 215.50. So really, go to the 4 hour here and look at this area of consolidation, right? We're on that floor. So right now, 214.35 is to hold, and we're looking for, and I guess in reality, I need to break that down. But we're looking at a 217.50 break, where that's IWM lets open a decent amount of empty space up to 220 and 223. So SPY and IWM kind of favorable here. All-time highs, not my jam, but yeah, I mean, there's always a variable. If Trump's talking and we know that, then yeah, there's a good chance that he's going to say some shit. All right. Well, while we're doing, or now that we're done looking at that, how many of you guys were able to hold those calls on TSLL? And I'm not asking because I want to know whether you're green or not. If you did, then that's safe to assume, right? Um, my real question is, if you got out this morning, why? So I don't know if any of you did, if you panic sold or whatever the case may be, but we hit a target. We did not hit the target. We just now, as of a couple of minutes ago, hit that mark. I'm up 185% at the moment, which isn't huge, but it is a right at that mark that we were looking at, and there is more empty space all the way back up to that 1389. You panic sold. Okay. Why? I thought about it today while we were grinding up and flipping back and forth. I literally thought to myself, there's people getting scared and they're getting out. So is it just, I guess this is a question you have to ask yourself. Is it just because it pulled back? Because if it lost something that you thought was going to mean continuation to the downside, where was that? And what was that? Because when I look at this, you know, 15-minute, everything that we should have done, we did, right? And then today, at like midday, right, we just sat. We just sat. If you're scared of losing out on gains, this might not be for you, right? Your job is to hold from point A to point B. End of story. So if you sold, were you looking at your P&L, right? There's something that has to be adjusted and done differently next time. Because while that might have gone, a little wonky, it still did exactly what it was supposed to do. So, um, no, cute dude, I got out of those Q puts really quickly. Shortly after I hopped off. So surely you might have to look at getting like a little setup on the side type shit, something where it's always up if you can. I know a lot of people who work from home, but different jobs require. Oh, shut up, Alex. Different jobs require different levels of attentiveness. So could I go? Yes. So right now, and I'll go ahead and look at Tesla and TSLL because we're up. Marcy, great job, great job. I mean, listen. If you didn't, I'm not somebody who's going to tell you not to be disappointed. You should be disappointed. You should be disappointed in yourself, and that uncomfortableness, you being uncomfortable with that decision, should bring about some sort of change. You're either going to what is it? If you're not changing, you're choosing. Period. If you're not changing it, you're choosing it. So stop choosing to allow your P&L to dictate what you do with this chart. Because this, again, you can feel however you want to feel, but it does not correlate to the chart unless that chart and the system I've shown you says that it's going back down. So even if it is, even if there's something work related, or you got to find a way, and you got to want to find a way, motivated to find a way. It can't be like something that you're dragging across. But so what question on test TSLL if we lost which floor? What do you mean? How do you guys do it? Because I can't look at it. Set alerts. Guys, sometimes I'm like playing video games with like a VR. I can't see the chart and I'm in a fucking $800 to $1,000 position because there's no difference between me sitting staring at it and me responding to I set like multiple, I call them cascading alerts. So one after the other. How often do we actually get caught by like some mystery news candle? And most of the time, if the setup is right, it goes in our favor. So, all right. Thank you, Anster. Appreciate you. All right. So really quickly, no way I just trimmed right in that guy's face. That's crazy. 185. Cool. So let's go over Tesla. And that's something that in class tonight, if you did get out, we can talk about that. But I'm serious, you guys, for real, like some of you guys have been making this mistake over and over and over again. It's time to move on, to figure out, what if you really want to do this, if you really want to make money. Because if you do, I'm telling you how to do it, and a lot of people in here are showing you how to do it, or being examples of how to work within the system. So All right, so Tesla right now, we were successful in filling up that empty space. We moved through that previous resistance, shot over 325.50, and we're now sitting up at the wicks. So your next target is straightforward. You are closing relative, I mean, you're good, right? So again, and this is going to help you guys. I want you to write it down. If you're somebody who got out of Tesla right now, get a piece of paper and a pen or a sticky note preferably and write this down, right? If you, what is above and what is below? When I hit a major target, my first instincts are now what is below me, meaning what have you moved above and held on to? So right now, 323 is where we can't, we can't lose that, right? It's not, it doesn't mean that we completely reverse. That would only happen down here at 314, but it would give sellers control again. So there's still another pocket all the way up there at 3 right here. This pocket of empty space. But you have to get through here, right? And that's going to, you're going to have a target there. So right now, a little bit of a pullback, that's okay. I think really yeah. So how is it moving? How did that just pull back fast? How many times has that happened today and in the last couple of days? It's okay. So, is this the only free class today, or is the one tonight available as well? I'm going to be teaching the workshop. Yeah. Less is more. All right. So with that being said, I'm not really concerned. I am planning on swinging um, the runners here on Tesla. I'd like to see a move up to 1385 on TSLL. I think we have some targets above us that we'll have to watch for tomorrow. I think the target for tomorrow with this candle close is 1332. Looks fine to me. Yeah, looks fine. Starbucks is fine. Starbucks is that's again right now as of this moment, there is not a single sell signal here. Is it going to happen in the future? Might, but it's not now. And in fact, you're doing a really good job of holding yourself up and approaching. I mean, you could see a really easy gap up over this, but Starbucks is doing what it's supposed to do. And if you guys remember, what target did we talk about hitting? This is a big floor. This is a huge floor, right? It's been a huge floor. So, and not only that, it was this candle over here to your left, that 91, and that's where we hit today. So now our job is to look at what's underneath us and what's above us. And right now we're doing neither. We get a comment on Chad at ADT and his recent comments on LA riots. Dude, I have no idea. I'm probably sure it's something vulgar and disgusting because he's a piece of shit. But I don't know what he said. All right. So is everybody clear though on TSLL? If you got out, let this be the fucking last time that happens, right? At least for a little while. You get in, end of day. If you can't hold, and if you're having trouble with weeklies, things that expire that week, it's okay. Go out a little bit further. But anyway, let's I'm gonna try and run through these requests really quickly. SC seems to be, I can't, my chart's not loading. Uh-oh. Okay. Can you guys hear me on Discord?
Yeah.
Yeah, we hear you, brother.
Okay.
Sure.
A door. Okay. Yeah, I'll take that. Fucking 146. 148 seem okay. Spread's a little wonky. I mean, it's the whole enchilada. I mean, if I could take a shot on the 147. It actually it looks pretty good. What happened to Chad? Oh, I think American Dream Trading is or the guy, yeah, who runs it is a piece of shit. So whatever. So I mean, it does look good. 4 hour time frame, punch down. The only thing that I think we were worrying about was that, right? And you did leave empty space behind. So driving down, you're gonna have a target of 152.45, and then of course that pullback there. But this would be and I'm highlighting this range. This would be the only area. And so this is again, everybody should always be asking the same question: what is above and what is below? Right? That is your ceiling or what you need to go and recover. So a candle close above 158.34 and you're going to go back up and you're going to fill that gap. So you need to know that and you need to be able to respond to that if you already are short. The candle close looks pretty good. You are where you need to be, but you're somewhere where you can bounce. And that is the final trigger. So all right. What the fuck? Damn. Oh shit. Hold on. To target. Okay. All right, let's take a look at target. Good push. Yeah, I like that Santee. It has structure. Listen, everybody should. This is one that we should all be paying attention to because where is the floor? 103.60. That is what that wick is telling you. So we're gonna need to respond to that. Go to the 4 hour. Mark that out. Yep. That's what you need. And where you're at now is where you, mm, I guess, is actually on the 4 hour where that floor would be. Right. So I think for now, getting or gapping up or pushing and holding above 102 is the signal that you're looking for to the upside. Excuse me. What? Because I'm connected to Wi-Fi, because the Ethernet is saying not connected, because I think your kitten shoot a hole in it or something. Yeah, he did. Little shit. I'll deep fry him. I'm just kidding. I love that cat. But you want some good meat? Oh, that was a good one. Um, yeah, okay, we did Tesla. Yeah, we already did that one. 332, 334. Let's see. UPS. I am swinging TSLL. Damn, that looks fucking pretty good. 24-hour chart. And we're moving like pond water right now with this. So I mean, it's one could cut. I mean, you can say that it's got empty space. It's got the channel. It's above that. I mean, you don't have a choice. If you're gonna do it, you got to do it. I mean, you're the only thing that can stop you is that wick, and the only thing that can hold you up right now is 101 to 78. Yeah, I think they're doing construction in my area, but this Wi-Fi is terrible. I mean, I'm tempted to take it with you guys. It does look good. UPS is notorious for drawing in liquidity and then chopping it up to bits. With a big move right there and then complete sideways. So, I'd say at this point, just make sure that you know exactly what's underneath you, because if you lose it, you bounced off of it already. So, I mean, that's about as good as it gets. I think price needs to start moving up to that 108. UPS says 105 options that are relatively cheap for this week, but you got to decide if that's right for you or if you want to add an extra week to it, which I think would be totally acceptable. A 109 is the target with an imbalance right around 105. All right, SoFi, 24-hour. So, again, I think I said this before, not as far as the chart is concerned, this is not anything that I would find myself trading just simply because of the lack of empty space. I know that on a lower time frame or in the most recent price action, you do have pockets of said empty space, but right now you're going to need to make a move above 1485, and then you'll need to, well, at that point, if you can recover that floor, I think that you have a decent shot of trying to go back up. And test areas like 17 and 1727. But this thing could also, if it's holding up, but if it can't break for the third time here, it's odd because it actually has like kind of like that, it looks like it could launch out, and so I would say 17. Jesus Christ. So I don't know how I feel about calling this 1, 2, 3. I mean, I see what you mean, and it makes sense. Um, but it's almost like this is more of that, and that is its own thing, right? It's higher. So that leaves you in between that space where you're holding above 66.44, and it's just the wicks that you need to go and break. And I think you have a decent chance of doing that just by just by the fact that you're closing up against that candle close there. So yeah, I mean, if you're looking up, I would be looking towards 78, 70. Play. Man, I'm kicking myself on Tesla today. I can chew you guys out more if you want. Um, because there's no excuses. There's no excuses for selling that shit too early. You know, I'm not trying to be a butthead or a dick, but when I look at the chart and I look at what happened this morning, that's just now you know. Now you know you have shit that you got to work on. This is a good example on the weekly of opening up on the floor. You did, in fact, open on the floor. So I would be looking, I mean, it looks like you're close enough. And on the 24-hour, all of a sudden the price action shifts and you end up having this box and that floor and so, yeah, I would say right now you need to pay attention to what's underneath you below 25.35. You're going to come back down, but above you is only 27.50. So. Illy stock cost basis. If you're gonna, I mean, listen, I cannot speak on like it does not look terrible being where it's at, but and we all know that. I mean, yes, I would be targeting 21, but um, this is gonna happen overnight. I mean, more than likely going to happen overnight or pre-market. These big moves. So when you take them, I think the most important thing is hedging in this case. So. Better candle flows on SPY. Decent little call
Potter,
up.
I think you skipped my JPM. I just hopped in it. I'm taking it. I like it, but just want to get your opinion on it.
I
I
shouldn't
know a
give
few of
you.
us were talking about it before.
If you already took it,
You
I
don't have
shouldn't.
to if you don't want to.
Oh, it's not about
Yeah, I
not
already took
wanting
it,
to.
so
I should just let you
you're
see
not
what
changing my
happens.
mind.
You got it. You got it. I want you to see the results of this without my input. But I'll just say that you got
Cool.
it. I nothing negative
I
comes
like
to
this
mind.
one. We were talking about it before, so
Mm-hmm. I want you to see that one and it be just you, because you got it. It's there. All right.
Cool.
Well, he asked me first too, but
Yeah, it
looks great.
came from my other Discord.
Uh, um, fucking ridiculous. So I mean, guys, MU has earnings when is it's not this week, it's next week, I believe.
Yeah, 2 weeks out, puppy.
So if you're already in those 130s, did I already grab MU?
You join my Discord, puppy, or give me some royalty.
I'm gonna fucking send you a virus. That's what I'm gonna do.
Yo, yo.
Send you COVID. I mean, you guys know how I feel about this setup. You know, and the empty space up above. I see 120. I mean, it could start running before then. This is a large buying opportunity. So if you're already in, I see 120. I see 124, and I see 129 or 130. You know, and that's likely to happen on earnings. We'll see what it looks like when it gets there. But yeah, I mean, if you're in it already, I mean, it just needs to break this high. That's it, and it looks like it's going to. You know, so far. Um, it looks great. Fuck! Dude, I want to short that thing, but it's just the bad part of me. Oh, there's the bell. Well, can't short it now, but I might have to watch that tomorrow. Dude, that's enough rejections to piss off the Pope. I see a target of 46 down. And then if you can pop over the highs, I mean, it's the same thing, 62.50. Yo, dude. What's up, Mr. Kovacs? I went to an interview and it went well. Good job, my boy. Proud of you. Oh, shit. Freezing again. All right.
Hey, Father,
Yo, what's up? Hey.
can you take a look at Intel if you have time?
Sure. Yeah, I'm trying to finish up all these requests real quick. All right, Victoria's Secrets, and then we'll do Intel. What's the secret here? That's the secret right there. Bam. That's where you go up, and that's where you'd go to $29 or $30 flat. So above 23, that's what I'd be looking for. But in the meantime, you are creating a box. 1-2 top, 1-2 bottom. So I mean, at this point, it's just a waiting game. You're waiting for a candle close up against 2380, or it already had earnings. How the fuck is it not moved? You just need to be patient. You need to be patient, and if you can be patient, and you know whether it's 1981 or you move back down to cost basis and bounce there, I think that's relatively straightforward. 2777. How much are your discords? Discord. If you haven't taken my workshop, or you haven't, um, if you haven't followed me for any extended amount of time, I don't want you to join, unless you are taking the workshop. But what I want you to do is go to my YouTube channel, and I want you to go and look through my information for free. Because just like any trade, you need to make sure that you're making a good decision, and that what you're seeing resonates with you and makes sense, before you make a decision. I don't accept anybody who is unwilling to take the workshop. If you're not willing to take the workshop, which comes with your everything that I offer, so you can't join without getting it. But if you don't take it, you know, or you rush into the Discord trying to make money first without learning the strategy, you're gonna suffer. Patient in life, but not when it's 9:30 in the morning and markets open. I just lose my brakes. I feel you. I feel you, man. I think that, you know, sometimes our patience in life, maybe doesn't, it does translate for sure. But it is different. You know, there's a different level of patience that's required with that, and I think it's more or less that if you know what a good setup looks like, and you know that the higher time frame is what really matters. You know, today was easy for me on the cues. You know, I took like 200, $300 and popped into something, popped immediately out, and just let my other shit run. Um, and pre-market doesn't correlate. Pre-market absolutely correlates. That's actually where orb comes from, you know, is like a break over pre-market highs. But 24-hour chart is important. Um, you know, that's something that my mind can't be changed on ever. All right. All right. I'm glad to see a lot of you guys have trimmed off. You guys are doing a good job. Those of you guys who did the whole TSLL, I like to see how many of you guys are. Hold on. Ellie probably dropped something on the couch. All right, so let's really quickly look at Intel. This one has a. Oh wow. Okay. So the fact of the matter is you're in a massive, and this will break one day. So those of you guys, this could be in it. This would be. I don't know if it's something. Oh, you know what? I could use 100% return. I might buy some equity in that. I fucking hate INTC contracts.
Today's CEO start loading, so that's why it just something
Yeah.
that I was just looking for.
You know what? I'm actually gonna buy equity on it. Yeah, I like that equity wise because it feels almost as if there's a guarantee that, I mean, I'm looking at this the same way that I looked at Elf, right? Now, contract wise, it's so fucking tough to try to nail this one. I struggle on it as well. But that and that tell me pretty much all I need to know. I think that inevitably, you know, again, all I have to do, and I just tried to buy at 22.11. Wait, when did I grab frog puts? That must be a spread thing. Yeah, I still have J Frog puts. The ask went, or the bid went, or yeah, the ask went down to 40.67. But anyway, this is a massive weekly area of accumulation. So until we really got outside of that top range, I wouldn't be as enthused. And then I will mention this, you know, and it depends on what tomorrow it would be preferred if I added above 2284, because I could use that as my stop loss. Right now, this could be 1, 2, 3, and you reject, right? You could actually reject there. You are bouncing off of a cost basis, so a retest of 2135 is permissible, but anything under that is a dead shame. Love, oop, love sack. The question here is, as it always is, does it move? And it does look like it puts on a decent show for earnings for the most part. You can see that immediately. Decent. And you can't, you know, sometimes it doesn't even hold its moves, but I mean, it does move decently. So, you know, I don't think you're going to get a huge move out of this, but I would be focused on this structure above you. And I know you have that empty space, but ultimately, I think that 2542 would be the decent target to the upside, and then a 1569 target to the downside. Upstart. That's a first in a while. I mean, if you already took it, good. You know, you popped over the top, you reclaimed the floor, you bounced off of the floor today. So the question is, what is directly above you? And you have an area of consolidation here at 6250. You have a $60 target here and a gap as well. So above today's high, I'd be looking at $60 as your next target above you, and then 64 if that breaks and cost basis moves. UNH. That man, I tell you what did we not we yeah, we definitely talked about this. I remember UNH big leg down and then it made that big leg up, and I said this is likely where it can start creating a range. And sure as shit, that's exactly where you have, and you've stayed within the realms of this range the whole time. So above 305.21, you have a top at 313. You have a bottom at 291.87. If you break up and you can move into the 320s and you get above 325, I'd use the channel to target up around 340. And then down, right, I would be targeting probably somewhere around this candle low at 270. So, wasn't it my JPM upper decky? That's funny. Do people do bottom deckies?
One can answer that.
Bottom decker. I don't like that. You got a weekly setup that looks pretty damn good, but that gives you an 83.36 high, and you have a honestly, it's perfect on the weekly. Like that's money. Before, and that's where it gets weird. I'd say right now your target is 83.36, but ultimately because of that high, which is more than likely a, wait for it, drum roll. Beautiful, a box. So you need an 84.15 and a $85 break to see new highs. You guys on wait. Oh shit, my TikTok shut off. Oops. Alex, tell him I'm sorry. Or I got banned permanently. What the fuck? Busy, you gotta talk to me on this one. What are we looking for here? What what is the play that you want to see happen on CLSK? I want to see your thoughts. Probably SPY. I would say SPY. We'll look at the candle close. At IWM. Qs. They resisted. SPYs held up. Better, not perfect, but better. This is an interesting setup. This is I think the most attractive thing here is that you've created a nice area of consolidation, and so now you know 116.50 is where you can go and attempt a 121 tap, which would be in the imbalance on your wick, and then you could go try and touch the top and fill that empty space. To the downside, 107.27 is the obvious floor, and you would have a target of 103.75. first, and then obviously the gap fill. Dang, nailed that one. It's ready. It is time. It's ready. It's ready to go. How do we get ready to go, though? And what's the target? I see a target of 71. That's the only thing that would make that worthwhile. So I want Nike tomorrow outside of 64.40, 64.50, 65.20, and 65.85. Brother, I'm gonna fucking sue you. 434.41. You're at the floor, so you need to grab that floor.
You skip a few.
Huh?
You skip a few.
Sounds like you're in a pillow.
I think you skipped a few.
I just see TTD down and Lily. Honestly, dude, this thing could be reeling up for a punch back over 76.70. With all that fucking empty space up above you and the floor that you're fighting for, which is here, which is your cost basis, I think above that again, you're looking up, not down. I think the high range would be 85. So yeah, I mean, honestly, I might have to set alert on that myself. All right, last one because I got to get ready for class here. Fuck off, that thing is super pinched up. I mean, first of all, on the weekly, no setup. On the 24-hour, I see why you'd be looking at this and it's above a 823.68. But and that's where, I guess the 4-hour, yeah, the 4-hour, 2-hour, 820.50, and then you can start trying to go fill up that empty space. But fuck, dude, this is the first day in a long time that you've had. You consolidate, you move, so you might have a couple more days of movement. Now, whether or not you get up into the empty space there, that's going to be dictated by 8:30. So, all right. What time does the orange man speak? Right now? Yep. All right, folks. Y'all have a wonderful evening. I'll see you guys that are in class. In class, I love that meme right there. It's so funny. But I want you guys to, if you did panic sell or you got out of Tesla too early, I want you to seriously reflect on why you made that decision and was it worth it, and try to bring that lesson into the next time. Because that I'm going to try to be pointing those things out a little bit more intensively because it's needed. So, but you guys have a good night. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Peace. I'm still recording. Gang gang. Sorry.